Are you hungry? Because if so, you're in the right place. Today we're making strozzapreti with a white sugo.
Give me something good.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Görgött. You heard it, Italian again. It's a kind of salsiccia sugo, a white one, so no tomatoes. And we're making it with homemade strozzapreti. But before we have a look at the board, as always, if you're not a subscriber to the channel yet, do me the huge favor. Hit that subscribe button and check the bell icon so that you get a notification every Tuesday that a new episode comes out. But now, let's have a look. So this is what we need. We need our strozzapreti. I'm only cooking one portion, so it's 125 grams. That's a good portion. We have some red chicory. I think it's nice with a bit of bitterness, and here you can vary seasonally. We have a little bit of red chilies. We have some grated Parmesan, and we have our white sugo, as well as some olive oil. Now, for the strozzapreti, I'm not going to show you how I made them. If you're interested in how I make my pasta dough, I'll leave a link here where I made pasta. And if you want me to show you how to make strozzapreti, leave a comment below, and maybe I'll make an episode on just that. But today, it's about the white sugo. So let's have a look at how we did this base. Here we have everything we need for our white sugo base. It's equal parts shallots, onion, celery, and spring onions. We have a Parmesan rind. In this case, I have 70 grams each of these. We have about 100 grams of Parma ham, cut very finely. And we have 200 grams of a spicy salsiccia. We also have about half a liter of chicken stock, some olive oil. What you don't see here, what we also going to need is white wine, salt and pepper. But let's first start with frying off the salsiccia. Now, I always think the best way of doing this is to take out the salsiccia and then press it quite thin. And we'll try to even kind of put it in a more or less round shape so that it fits into the frying pan. That's perfect. We'll set up the frying pan here, and then we'll fry this off. Heating up the pan. We're not going to need fat in it because the salsiccia has so much fat in itself. Now we're going to try to transfer this. Flatten it a bit with our hand. Now we can try to press it again a bit. And why we do this is just to kind of get a nice fry on the salsiccia. And that's it for the salsiccia. We're going to move this away, and then we're going to mix it with the ham, but we'll let it cool down first. And in the meantime, while that's cooling, we'll make the sofrito. For our sofrito, we put everything in here, not the Parmesan rind, that's for later. Our olive oil. Now it's going to get loud. Put a bit of olive oil in here. Just clean down the edges. Make sure that everything is being worked on. I know this is not the classical way of doing sofrito, but like this, the sofrito then disintegrates into the sauce, which is very nice. That's perfect. So we clean this up, put it in another bowl, and then we set up our pan again, because we're going to be frying. But before that, I'll show you what we do with the fried salsiccia. I put our Parma ham into a bowl, and we put in our salsiccia that's cooled down. And all the good stuff that's left in here, that's where we're gonna make the sugo afterwards. So we're not losing any of that amazing taste. And now you can just with your hands kind of mix this up like that. Now we can put it to the side, gonna use it later. Our frying pan is back. Now it's time to put the sofrito in. Make sure you get everything, because this is good stuff. And this will release the liquid from this, and the olive oil will release the good flavors from when we fry the salsiccia. Now we can put in our wine. It's about 3 deciliters. I have a bottle that I have in the fridge. Just any white wine will do. Nice acidity will help. And now we want to reduce this to almost no liquid left. And then we're going to go in with our chicken stock. You can turn this up. So I'll see you once it's reduced. So this is going to cook for a couple of hours anyways. Put in your Parmesan rind. Put in the meat. Make sure you get everything. And in goes our chicken stock. And now we bring this to a boil, and then we will let this simmer. And it can, if you have time, let it simmer for the whole day. Start it in the morning, let it simmer for 8 hours, even longer. But I don't have 8 hours today, but a couple of hours we will let it simmer. So I will see you once this is basically ready. And then we'll just finish it off with a bit of salt and pepper. And then we have our basis for our white sugo. So I'm happy where we are with this as our base. I will take out the Parmesan. It has done its job. Now, let's see, but I don't think we need any extra salt. Let's give it a try, because obviously the Parmesan is really salty. The salsiccia has salt in it as well. Well, let's give it a try. As a base, that's perfect. So that is our white ragu base. You need a bit of time, and the more time you have, the better. So perfect for like a weekend. You start it in the morning, and then you let it kind of simmer the whole day. It will be amazing. I promise you, you won't regret it. But now, let's start cooking. We'll set up the plate here. I will cook the pasta in the background there. I'll see you in a second. A little bit of olive oil to start us off with. And then our red chicory can go in. In with our sugo. And with our chili. I'll turn it down a bit. I'll turn it up once the pasta water is ready. Crack in a bit of black pepper while we wait. And now we can crank this up again. We get a ladle of pasta water. We want a lot of Parmesan. Turn it on again. Let's give this a taste. It's amazing. Ideally, it has a bit too much saltiness, because once you add the pasta, it will mellow down a bit. Not over salted, but just at the limit, and then you add the pasta and that will take it to the right place. And you want the pasta, it's ready. You want it to be cooked like 2/3 of the way, and the rest will finish off here in the pan. Add a little bit more pasta water. Last taste. Perfect. And now we're ready to serve this up. I get a plate out and then we'll serve it up. Now, everything in the plate. For those of us who like it a little bit spicy, we can add some extra chili. We add a little bit of Parmesan on top. And we crack a little bit of black pepper. And that's our Strozzapreti with a white sugo. Let's dig in. Bon appetit. This is heavenly. And you don't have to make your own pasta for this to be good. A little bit of heat there. A little bit of bitterness from the red chicory. Pasta doesn't get much better than this. But again, I won't bore you with me eating. Try it for yourself. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions about the recipe, leave them in the comments below. I always answer them. That's about it for this time. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.